Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I just wanted to give another special shout out and thanks to the members of this channel. Our members are Hayden Yao, Frankie Superdude, Magnus Nelson, ABT, Gadasushia, and, as many of you know, Jfish. And many of you know that Jfish, ABT, and Frankie Superdude have YouTube channels. If you guys didn't know that, please feel free to show them some support and subscribe to their channels on YouTube. I know they'd really appreciate it. And I know you guys would enjoy their videos. Today though, we're going to be looking at one of our members' teams, and this is Hayden Yao's team. He runs a Nationals team with a Diamond S set deck and a Washington Nationals S set deck. So let's start off with the batting order here. Looking at his lineup, he has a lot of primes, one team sig in the batting order, and quite a few vintages. So pretty much his entire lineup is filled out with special cards. We'll take a look at his bench in a little bit here, but leading off for him is a Juan Soto 2021 prime, no special trainers, and I've heard from many other fellow MLB 9 Innings players that have better teams than myself, it's best to have at least one special trainer or have the special trainer for a batter in, even though you can boost your stats with the stat booster trainers. It's best to try and just get a trainer that's a special trainer on the card, even though it doesn't fit the position. It'll help the card get on base much more than the stats increase will help. So if you can, and if you do, Hayden, please get one of the special trainers on Soto as quickly as you can, and even though it's not a position matching one. But looking at the card itself, looking at the train, a little bit high to the right side, but let's judge that on the skills. He's got great base stats, Born to Be a Star, batting machine, and 5-tool player. So with this card, what I would do is I would take 5-tool player to level 7. I would max out Born to Be a Star at level 6, but then I would short batting machine at level 3. So I would flip those skills if I were you. And then looking at the train, if you were to train him for 5-tool player, you would have to get higher speed and higher fielding. It looks like a more difficult train just based on the base stats. The eye power and contact should reach the thresholds for 5-tool pretty easily, but the difficulty would definitely be with the speed and the fielding. If you want, and if you're on my Discord server, I think you are. There is a link pinned in my advice channel that has a 5-tool player training kit that will help you gauge how you can train this card for 5-tool. So if you want to check that out, check out the advice channel in my Discord server. But this is a great card. I would definitely retrain and look at that guide for 5-tool, and then max out 5-tool, short batting machine, and keep Born to Be a Star at level 6. This is a great Juan Soto card though. Glad you got him the Black Diamond. It also looks like you're working on his special training, his final level, to get level 8 skill, so keep on working on him and he'll be a beast in no time. Second in the batting order is a prime Anthony Rendon from 2019. Very balanced train here. You do have a special trainer on him, which is power hitter, and it matches his position, which is nice, not a terrible one. And looking at that, you have his special training pretty much maxed out here, and Born to Be a Star, spotlight, batting machine. Skills are nice, pretty much the same skill set as Juan Soto, just spotlight instead of 5-tool player, so this is good. For his train, I would definitely work on getting less to fielding and speed. With this card, try to get 13 or less combined to speed and fielding, and then go for, I would say, I1, contact 2, and power 3, since power is the highest base stat. If you could or would, you can get power as the second highest train stat, but ideally you'd want contact and I, just so that they're about even with power once the special training's all said and done. So this is a very nice card. I wouldn't change the skills. The skill set's a little bit low for endgame, but it should do the job for now. Wouldn't change much on him though, besides the train at the current moment. Third in the batting order, and DHing, is your Bryce Harper 2015 signature. Great card right here, beautiful card art. Pretty sure this is his best year, so congratulations to you on getting his best year. The train's a little bit wonky, but let's look at the skills here. He has 5-tool player and slugger instinct with contact master, all 3-3-3, which is beautiful. Much like Soto with the 5-tool skill, I would max out 5-tool instead of slugger instinct. Slugger instinct did get a buff in the latest update, but because his power and his eye, they're a little bit low, it actually meets the requirements for 5-tool, or sorry, for slugger, but 5-tool I think would perform a little bit better on this card. You could try and train for high speed. It may be hard to hit the threshold. It may be worth the shot trying it though. You do have decently high speed and on the train at the current moment, so this may get a partial 5-tool bonus, but with how the card is skilled right now, he may not work the best with Slugger Instinct, I would experiment with this card, try for 5 tool. 5 tool, when I look at it on other players' teams, and especially when you look at tournament teams, a lot of players will, or a lot of guys that run teams will have 5 tool maxed out. So I would definitely try and see if you can get 5 tool. It may be harder with the 59 base speed, but I think in the end it'll be worth it. If you can't and don't think it's worth it, I would definitely retrain this card. Try to go for, like on Rendon, 13 or less to the right side, and try to get contact 1, power 3, and I2. Also, with the Contact Master skill, if you wanted, you could also try and use a base stat adjustment ticket, take away from power or I, and then redistribute that to contact. That way his base contact makes the Contact Master skill better, since it is based off of the base stat. A lot of repetitive words there, but I hope that made sense in the end. So basically what I would do with this card is try and test for 5 tool. If you find it too hard to train for 5 tool, I would revert back to a standard train, which is high left side. Ideally contact 1, I2, and power 3, and then with a base stat adjust ticket, take away from power or I and give more base stats to the contact. Also, one last thing on this card, with the Diamond Special Trainer, it is a power hitter special trainer. This is not the greatest percentages. It's a little bit on the higher end, I think, but just a little bit, not too much above. The percentages are decent, but you don't get the position option. I would definitely take this and take it off of Harper, even though Harper is your best batter. I would throw this on your Larry Walker, since he meets the right field position option bonus, and he doesn't meet the second one with his low base I, but I would just use it on the Walker simply because he reaches the 69 contact hard hit ground ball increased chance. So take this off of Harper, I would put it on Larry Walker, and I would honestly take off the guest hitter special trainer on him and put the diamond one instead. If you have any other special trainers for Harper that apply to DH or any other position, I would get them on him. But since the extra bonus would be available on Walker, that's the reason why I would take it off of Harper and put it on Walker instead. But nonetheless, Harper's a great card. Do some work on him, experiment with the skill set, and do all those things, and he should be good in no time. Next up is Trey Turner, batting 4th. He's a prime card from 2018. You have him max trained out. He has a special trainer as well that matches his position option. Looking at the train right here, you went very high with the power and the contact. This would actually be a very good 5 tool card with how close his base stats are. And looking at the skill set, you have Born to be a Star, Slugger, and Master Base Thief. Now, Master Base Thief might not be terrible on this card. His speed, ideally you want it to be 75 or higher, I'm pretty sure, with Master Base Thief. But it being at level 8 isn't probably going to do the greatest, and Slugger Instinct with his low base power and having to try and train for higher power would be pretty hard. This is another pretty low level skill set. It's not the highest. Ideally 331, 332, and 333 are most ideal. So using this for now is okay. Later on the line though, I would look for a different skill set. Since this is your 3rd Born to be a Star skill set, I would try to look for something like Pioneer, since you already have it on Soto and on Rendon, excuse me. And Turner would definitely benefit better from something like Contact Master or even Pioneer, Bad Ball Hitter. Born to be a Star increases his stats, but since you have it on other players already, I would change it and I would take it and use a different legend skill on him. For now, it's useful. You could retrain him for better eye power and contact, but first off, I would just get a different skill set, and that's the way I would approach this card first. Not a bad card though. Next up, 5th in the order is a Nick Johnson 2006 prime card, one of the newer primes for the Nationals. 21 to power on the train is incredible, and the base stat or the grade increase distribution is nasty on this card. High hitting stats and low fielding stats, but really cool card. Hard hitter, charisma, and prediction here. Not a bad skill set at all, honestly. Has a okay special trainer right there. Hard hitter level 5 is good. I would honestly max hard hitter out and short prediction. Sorry, excuse me. Retract that. I didn't know his base I didn't realize his base I was 79. Since prediction is based on the base I, and his base I is 79. That is actually phenomenal. The tricky part is though, since hard hitter is based on base stat power and prediction is based on base stat I, it's up to you honestly how you want to approach this. You could take away from speed and field and try to increase power with a base stat adjustment ticket, or if you want to max out prediction and bring prediction to level 8, you could take away from speed and fielding and try to get I to be 81, 82, even 83 with a diamond special trainer or diamond base stat stat adjust ticket. The choice is yours, but for now, if you want to do one or the other, that's totally up to you. I would personally short prediction, max out hard hitter at the time being, and then if that doesn't work, I would keep hard hitter shorted, then max out prediction at level 8. Experiment with him however you would want. And then with the train, since it is high power, that's great, but because fielding is getting 11 to I, or sorry, 11 to, what am I saying? It's because speed is getting the final points to special training, I would try to get less than that and put more into I. If I were you, I would train for power 1, contact 2, and I third, and then go for 12 or less or 13 or less to the right side. I hope that all makes sense. You can experiment with this card, either max out hard hitter and keep prediction at level 5, or you can max out prediction at level 8 and short hard hitter like it is right now, and then use a base stat adjust ticket to increase I or to increase power. However you see fit, you can experiment, test it out, see how it does. Hope that all made sense. I hope I'm not confusing you, but that's what I would do with Nick Johnson. Batting 6th in the order, you have a Vlad Guerrero from 2000, and he has a high right side train. He has let's check the skills: Pioneer, Super Sub, Prediction. All right, so with Prediction on Vlad, he's not going to be as good, and Super Sub is basically a useless skill. I would use green tickets on this. I would protect Pioneer and try to look for Charisma, Spotlight, Slugger Instinct. Barrel It Up may even work on this card with the high contact. I know his speed isn't high, but Barrel It Up would be able to be a good third skill on this card, I'm pretty sure. So before you retrain him, which I would definitely recommend doing, I would use green tickets on Pioneer, look for Charisma, Slugger Instinct, Spotlight, Barrel It Up, try to get one of those and try to land a third skill with blues. And if you get 2 gold skills and 1 green, that's even better. Prediction isn't terrible. You could keep it as a third, but since his I is 72 and not above 75, I wouldn't use a blue ticket on Super Sub. I would just use green tickets and look for Charisma, Spotlight, Barrel It Up, Slugger Instinct. Ideally, try to look for Charisma or Spotlight first. If you do get Slugger Instinct, kind of roll off that, but it's totally up to you. If you want to work with Slugger Instinct, he may not be the best since his power with this train at the current moment is a little low, but you can always fix that with the train. So it would definitely be good to use greens on this first though, and go from there with based on what skills you get. All right, next card is Gary Carter, 1982, a catcher card. Want high fielding on a catcher, so you did a pretty good job here with 14 to field as the highest train stat, and then you readjusted his base stats from speed to I. For this, since he's a catcher card, I would just go all in on fielding, take away from speed and go to fielding instead of the I, and sacrifice the catcher's batting stats for all the fielding stats. And with your trainers, I see that you have a lot to speed. Even though these trainers meet the catcher requirement for the sub option, you want to get as much fielding as possible. So I would take off all these trainers since they don't add much to fielding, and then find fielding trainers that you have no matter what position they are and apply them to him. Get that fielding as high as possible because it makes your team that much better defensively, and it'll keep base runners from stealing on you in ranked and league mode. And catching with high fielding is pretty important in this game, so you want to make sure you get that. For the skill set, you have Pioneer, Prediction, and Batting Machine. Again, not a terrible skill set. I see that you went with higher I for the prediction skill, which is good, so it could be a good third, but since he's going to be since he is a catcher card and he's going to have lower hitting stats, ideally you may not even want to redo these skills. You might want to just keep this for now, focus on getting high field and all those trainers to field. I would work on Vlad first and Johnson, and then keep Carter in the back end of your list of to-do guys. But definitely for now, for him, focus on getting as much fielding as you possibly can. You could even retrain him for more fielding, but since you do want to balance out the hitting stats, for now just work on the trainers. All right, batting 8th in the lineup, getting to the end of the batting order here. Larry Walker here, we kind of just touched on him a little bit. Looking at the train, he has a high right side, and then special training seems to line up on the left side, just barely getting that last special training points to I, and it looks like you're working on him at the current moment. Batting Machine, Laser Beam, and Prediction. Again, these are all third skills, and almost forgot this. Laser Beam just reminded me, you absolutely want to get Laser Beam on Gary Carter, so I would actually roll greens on this eventually. Look for Laser Beam. I wouldn't roll blues on him to look for it because blues are much more lucrative and valuable and harder to come by, and they only change one skill as opposed to 2 skills with the green tickets. So look for laser beam on Carter. Keep the pioneer skill definitely, because pioneer is a great skill for any batter, but definitely look for laser beam since Carter is a catcher. Laser beam is the most important skill to get on a catcher. Almost forgot that. On Larry Walker though, you definitely don't want laser beam, and this is just a 333 gold, so it's not you would think 333 gold is good, but honestly 333 golds aren't anything compared to legend skill sets, so I would definitely get a legend skill set on him first. Pioneer, bad ball hitter. You can even go for contact master on him since he has high base contact, and then use a base stat adjustment ticket. But first of all, I would just definitely get a legend skill set, and then after that work on his train. Since the special training lines up to the left side for now, it's okay, but get some better skills, get that legend skill set on him, high levels, and then work on him from there. His position option we looked at a little bit. Guess hitter doesn't meet his position requirement. Definitely get that diamond trainer on him from Harper. And then finally in the batting order, we have a Mark Lansing from 1997, vintage card, 14 to the right side train, best train I've seen so far for a standard train. 22 to power is great, and the special training all lines up to the left side. You took away from fielding and put it to power. He's only a second baseman, and second basemen need a decent amount of fielding, but not as much as a shortstop or a catcher would need. Looking at the skill set here, chance maker, strength in the strength, and charisma. Not sure if this is maxed out on levels. I'm assuming you're still working on him, but with chance maker, I've heard that it's better to have a player with chance maker higher up in the lineup. Even though he doesn't have the best hitting stats, chance maker allows the batters that follow him to have increased power and contact if he gets on base. So definitely have Lansing bat a little higher in the lineup if I were you. And strength in the strength, charisma. He's not a switch hitter, so strength in the strength's not going to have that much of an impact. It's a decent third, so I'd keep it for now. And then charisma is an S tier skill, so I would definitely max that out. Short strength in the strength, and keep chance maker maxed out at level 6. For the train like this, I would keep it as is for now since he is your 9 batter. Move him up in the lineup. Instead of base stat changing to power, I would definitely do that to I since it is below 70. And if you get nerfed by last boss level 8, that I is going to be below 105. And that's not going to be pretty for him, especially trying to hit well. So definitely redo the base stat adjust and try to get more to I rather than to power, since the train to power is pretty high as well already. And then for the special trainer, you have a power hitter one. I understand that based on the base power, but this doesn't require high base power for it to work. And just because it says power hitter doesn't mean he has to have high base power. It just increases certain chances of him hitting a home run. But with Lansing, definitely max out the skills and then try to get more base I, and then he's not a high focus point, but move him up in the lineup a little bit. With the chance maker skill, he should do a little bit better higher up in the lineup. And then just to briefly gloss over the bench, you have a Victor Robles 2019 here. I would definitely try to get batter's chemistry and get one of these guys to Black Diamond as soon as possible, and try to roll premium skill change tickets for batter's chemistry. It'll definitely help your lineup out. Lance Parrish, a nice retired card, no longer in the game. He probably lost rights to be in the game over this past off season, so he was probably in the game recently, just removed as of 2025 in the spring. CJ Abrams here, another cool little bench card. He does have a SIG, so hopefully you can get him eventually. A good shortstop to put in for Trey Turner. And then finally Mike Trout here, who's a non-team card, and nothing too exciting to look at for these guys. But yeah, definitely get one of the nationals that you have on your bench. Probably would do Parrish since he's out of the game, get him the Black Diamond, and try to get a batter's chemistry skill on him and max that out to level 6. Now getting to the pitching rotation here, you have a nice Black Diamond starting rotation with one team SIG, and that team SIG is Max Scherzer 16. Pretty sure this is one of his better or best years for the Nationals. 16, 15, and 17 always get mixed up in my head. They're basically all the same base overall, I'm pretty sure, but this is a nice train with 5 to stamina, 19 velocity, and only 14 location. A little bit low on the right side, but not too bad at all. High left side is more important. Looks like you base stat changed for more fastball, and I assume you have Iron Will. No, you don't. You have Dominant Pitcher, which does help him get the Dom bonus. He more than does get the Dom bonus here, so if you could or wanted to, you could actually increase the break to higher level. Since it is 69 base, it's lower than every other base stat, and his base break could suffer from charisma nerf, and you do want to keep his pitches at S tier as well. So If I were you, I would consider using the base stat adjust ticket again, taken from stamina and putting to break, or even if you wanted to, you could take from like location to break, or even a little bit of velocity, but I would make sure you still get that dominant pitcher bonus. The skill set here is a little bit too low for my liking. Control Master, this is a 2-1-1 skill set by the looks of it. Eventually try to look for a higher level skill set. For now, this should do the job though. And then last thing I'll say about this card is definitely try to get one special trainer on him. Much like the batters, at least having one special trainer on your card, besides having all base stat increase trainers or stat increase trainers would be beneficial to him. So definitely work on the train, work on the skills, or sorry, don't work on the train. The train's fine. Work on the skills and try to get a higher level skill set, and then get a special trainer on him as soon as you can. Second in your pitching rotation is a Patrick Corbin 2019 prime, and he has a high stamina train, which is pretty surprising. Unless he has workhorse, I wouldn't train for high stamina. You have pitcher's chemistry on him. All right, so the thing with pitcher's chemistry is that it should only go in your long relief role, which Drew Storen is in right now. And pitcher's chemistry is basically a filler skill. It doesn't do anything besides help out the other pitchers in your rotation. So right now, basically what Corbin's doing is he's working with two skills, boss and put away pitch. And put away pitch isn't a great third. So I would sadly have to recommend a full haul over redo of this skill set. Pitcher's chemistry, even though it's high levels, it's not going to work because chemistry only benefits the other pitchers in the rotation. So when he's starting out there, he's not going to be getting any stat boost from chemistry. He's only really going to be working with one skill because put away pitch only works with 2 strikes. Last boss level 8, it's just not going to work out that well. Bat breaker for starting pitcher, I would definitely take this and put it on Scherzer instead, since he is the better starting pitcher. It's not the greatest percentages, but I would take this special trainer and put it on Scherzer instead as you work on Patrick Corbin's skill set. And then once you get him some good skills, I would definitely rework the train as well. Unless you get workhorse, which I would recommend against using workhorse because his stamina is not above 75 or 80. So definitely try to look for Control Master, Slow Starter. There's a couple other good legends skills for pitchers. Control Master, Slow Starter, high cooperative pitching skill set would even work. A bullpen day 3-3-3 could be good, but no less than 3-3-3 for bullpen day. Just definitely work on getting a different skill set for him and then train him based on that, and then take the special trainer off him and put it on Scherzer. Third in your rotation is a John Patterson, if I said that correct. Yes, John Patterson. I got the name correct. From 2005 on the Nationals. This is his prime, his only year with the Nationals in this game. Train is a bit high to stamina. I would try to go for 5 or less if I were you. You have a special trainer on him, which is Nasty Pitch, and it increases the you don't meet both of the stat bonuses for position, but I think Scherzer would actually meet that. So kind of going back on what I said on Corbin, don't take this bat breaker and put it on Scherzer. I would actually take this bat breaker, put it on Patterson, and then take the Nasty Pitch and put that on Scherzer, since he does meet the second position option bonus, which is having location at 75 or higher, which will increase the opponent's fly ball chance. So yeah, definitely take the one off of Corbin, put it on Patterson, and then take off the one from Patterson and put it on Scherzer. It's going to be kind of interesting moving those around, but it's going to definitely help your team out getting those increases with the percentages appropriately with the stats that they have. John Patterson doesn't have a legend skill, so I would definitely look for a legend skill on him first before you redo the train. Much like Corbin, get the skills first and then try to look for a better train on him. And then for the gold skills, I would say for this card, look for Last Boss, Finesse Pitcher, Dominant Pitcher, Untouchable. Any of those skills hooked up with any of the legend skills that I mentioned previously would do great on him. And look for a high level skill set, 3-3-3, 3-3-2, or 3-3-1. All right, fourth in the rotation is a Pedro 97 for the Nationals, or the Expos back in the day. Looking at the train, very high to fastball, and for break, velocity is a lot too low, much too low. You have an Overwhelming Pressure Silver skills on him, and actually Overwhelming Pressure is the best special trainer across all grades, silver, gold, and diamond. It's only a silver, but it should do decently, so I would keep this on him for now. With the skill set, you have Fireballer, Groundballer, and then Untouchable. This looks like a little bit lower of a skill set, but I would keep it for now. Increase these skills, but in the future, once you get Corbin and Patterson reskilled, reskill him in the future when you have the resources and the time. For the current moment, what I would do is retrain him, go for velocity and location, velocity 1 or location 1, and those can be interchangeable. Just go for higher velocity location. 6 or less to stamina is my ideal. 7 as the most, but 7 less or less to stamina is ideal. 6 or less would be preferred, but then try to look for higher velocity and higher location, and you can take it easy on the fastball and the brakes since the base stats are pretty high. So for now on Pedro, just focus on his retrain and then later on get skills down the line. Last in your rotation is a Steven Strasburg 2015. He has 10 to stamina, so a bit high for my liking yet again. Special train on him is Nasty Pitch. It's only a silver skill, but if you don't have any golds, that should work on him for now. And then with the skill set, you have Fireballer again with Untouchable and Cleaning Up Your Mess. Honestly, you could experiment with this. Mess and Untouchable are ideally third skills, but since you have so many people to work on skills so far for now, I would just keep it as it is. Fireballer, Mess, and Untouchable maxed out the way it is. And then for the train, just look for less stamina when you have the resources. I would definitely do Martinez first and then Strasburg. So Strasburg is on the back burners for now, but definitely get his train 7 or less to stamina when you can, and then down the line work on getting a slightly higher level skill set. But since he's only a normal and he's not out of the game, work on Pedro before him. Basically in your pitching rotation, work on everybody from Corbin, Patterson, Martinez, Strasburg. Work from the top down. Don't start with Strasburg and work your way up to Corbin. Work on Corbin first, then Patterson, then Martinez, and then Strasburg. Great starting pitching rotation though. All those pitchers have great base stats. They just need to be tweaked and adjusted with their trains and skills and their trainers to make them the best they can be. Now finally moving into your bullpen, you have a lot of primes in your bullpen, which is amazing. First off, Tyler Clippard 2011 here. Great relief pitcher card for the Nationals. A little bit high on the stamina, but not the worst at 8. 8's like, it can work, but for relief pitchers, stamina is really not important. It's okay for now though. Special training at least lines up to velocity, location, and fastball a little bit lower. Looks like you went for higher location. And then rising fastball specialist, not a bad skill or trainer for relief pitcher with that bonus that he gets for the position option. Slow starter, Iron Will, pace controller. Iron Will level 7, so Iron Will's not going to work well on him since he doesn't have above 75 base fastball. And then it's high levels, slow starter, so this could work. I would keep this for now since you have so many other people to work on. I wouldn't max out slow starter though. I would use green tickets on this. Look for setup man, last boss, finesse pitcher, dominant pitcher, and the most ideal skill for a bullpen card is bullpen day. You may know this already, but in the future, and this is long down the future unless you get super lucky, look for bullpen day on him. But for now, slow starter at a high level like this is actually decent. It'll be usable for the time being, so use green tickets on him. Look for something else besides Iron Will. Iron Will actually won't do good on this card, like I said, since his base fastball is pretty low, and even if you use the base stat adjust ticket to get it to like 76, it's kind of not worth it. I would just go for, like I said, setup man, last boss, finesse pitcher, dominant pitcher. Don't go for untouchable. It's not that great. Crossfire could be good on him. I have not used the skill myself for long on one of my pitchers. I'm testing it out, but Crossfire could be a decent third. Ideally though, last boss, finesse and dom, and setup man would be what you want to look for. Next is Chad Cordero from 2005. This is actually a really nice train here. The trainers, I know they get the relief pitcher adjust, and these may be the only trainers you have, but increasing much of stamina doesn't help. So in the future, I would definitely look for a special trainer, throw it on him, and take away the ones that increase the stamina and try to get ones that increase more to velocity, location, and the other stats. Looks like you increased stamina on him, which is interesting, an interesting decision. Great job getting that velocity at 22 though. His base velocity is not great, so he definitely needs that much when you train him. This is a decent skill set: bullpen day, dominant pitcher, and put away pitch. I would take away the base stat adjust. Even if you don't have any stat adjustment tickets, just take it away completely, because putting more to stamina is not going to help. Definitely keep this skill set for now though. I would actually switch Clippard with Cordero since he has the bullpen day skill, which will perform better in the bullpen. And then dominant pitcher, definitely max that out to level 8. And then with the train, it looks like you hit the dominant pitcher bonus after you finish his special training, so great job on that. Even without the special training, it seems like you hit it, so keep him like that for now. I would just eventually get a special trainer on him, and for now take off the base stat adjustment ticket to stamina. Third in your rotation and getting into the middle relievers for the bullpen is Hunter Harvey from 2023. A little bit high on the stamina, train that for a little bit lower, that'd be nice. This overwhelming pressure for a relief pitcher only works when the base velocity is 73 or higher. So his base velocity is 71. Looking at his skill set, you have Iron Will, Last Boss, and Mess. Okay, so kind of a tricky decision to make here. You can either readjust this for the extra position option, because overwhelming pressure is great on a relief pitcher too. It is, like I said, the best special trainer for any pitcher, even starting pitching and relief pitching. But kind of hard decision to make here, because you want to hit the position option bonus, but you do have Iron Will. Since you already have the base stat adjust ticket to Iron Will, and it's only at 71, this is the problem here, it's only at 71 even with the base stat adjust. I would take away the base stat adjust and go for that higher velocity to get this increased chance for a line drive, or decreased chance for a line drive against batters, and the percentage is actually pretty decent at 3.8. Iron Will just isn't going to perform well on this card either way, even if you have the base stat adjust ticket going to it, because it's not 75 or higher, or yeah, higher than 75. It's just not going to perform to the extended level that it could if it were higher, and it's just not going to give that best performance it can. Keep the skill set for now, definitely look for bullpen day in the future, but yeah, what I would do personally is just try and hit that position option, take the base stat adjust ticket away, and then retrain him for less stamina. I would personally go for velocity, location, and then go for some break, since break is the lowest base stat on the right side out of the two. Or you could go for fastball even after you take away the base stat adjust ticket, since they're both at 78. But yeah, definitely take away the base stat adjust ticket, go for velocity, and then get some skills, and then retrain him for less to stamina. Coming down to the wire here, Sean Doolittle, 18, who's no longer in the game. I love seeing non-in-game cards anymore. Bat Breaker, Silver Skill, or Silver Special Trainer, not the best, but it'll work for now. Train is a bit high to stamina. I would retrain him eventually. He has great base stats overall, and I think he does have a SIG. So if you ever got the SIG change, consider using it on him, since he is retired. Finesse pitcher, Ace, and Mess. 3 gold skills that should perform decently in the middle relief role. Wouldn't worry too much about him in the future though. Definitely look for something along the lines of bullpen day, fixer, dominant pitcher, and even Iron Will could work decently on him if you try to base stat adjust, but only as a 3rd skill. I'm not going to really give much advice on these middle relievers, since they're in the back end and you're usually losing by then, but ideally you want fixer as a skill on them to help you out when you're losing. Rainey here from 2020, a little bit high in the stamina. You did get high location and break though. Finesse pitcher, which definitely hits the threshold for that. Actually, you almost don't hit the bonus with even that much break with 16. That's actually pretty crazy. Special train on him is Bat Breaker. He does hit that position option as well. Not the greatest percentages, but should do decently. Finesse and Giant Crusher, it's okay for now, but wouldn't worry too much about him. And then for Drew Storen, he's still in the game and he has SIGs. So if I were you, honestly, I would take Rainey here. I'm not sure if he has a SIG or not. Look for pitcher's chemistry on him and throw him in to where Storen is, and put Storen in the middle relief role, even though he's only a normal diamond and he doesn't have a black diamond skill. You want to get pitcher's chemistry, and even though you have it on Corbin right now, you want to take it off of Corbin and try to get it on a relief pitcher, throw him into the long relief role. He's not going to do much there, and pitcher's chemistry is only useful because it benefits only the other pitchers in your rotation. So I don't mean to be repetitive, but I would just look for pitcher's chemistry on Rainey. And Storen here, don't have to worry too much about him. His train's actually pretty decent. Base stat adjust, you went from taking away fastball to more velocity. No special trainer on him. Wouldn't worry about him too much though, since he's in the back end of the pen. And then finally, Sean Kelly, the newest prime added for the Nationals in the game, went high to stamina on the train. I would definitely look for less stamina to him. Special trainer is overwhelming pressure, which is good, and it has a closing pitcher position option, which is even better. Not the greatest percentage, but still a half decent overwhelming pressure for him. Pitcher's Insight, Boss, Iron Will. Pitcher's Insight sadly isn't a good skill unless it's high levels like 333. So I would look for bullpen day on him and look for winning streak, setup man, last boss, finesse pitcher, dominant pitcher, any of those skills along with bullpen day, even a high level slow starter cooperative pitching skill set. It could work in the closer role. But that's my advice for your team. Let me know what your thoughts are, and thank you for letting me review your team, Hayden. I hope this helped you out. If you have any other questions, please leave it in the comment section down below. And guys, if you want your team to be showcased, feel free to join any of my memberships that I have available down below. You don't have to, but if you do want your team showcased, I am offering that through the memberships that I have down below. We really appreciate your support, and thank you guys for watching. But now let's get into the team that we have for today and all of our packs and the general pack opening. Level 1. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. 2018 Fireballs here, back with another MLB 9 Innings 25 video. We are on our Mariners team today, and I did make quite a few changes to the lineup. Most importantly, I took out some of the gold SIGs and put in some diamonds, team diamonds that is, in order to hit the set deck. We sit at 116.3 overall now. Before that, I was sitting at only 114 overall, and that was because I had the golds in and I wasn't getting the set deck bonus and the diamond S set deck bonus. So now that I do hit the S set deck bonus for diamond and for my team, I can get the max performance out of all my cards. I'm hoping to get grade increases. I'm hoping to get a pickup streak. Chances aren't high, but you know, you can always hope. Anyway, looking at the team here, I put in Jean Segura, and he's not in the game anymore. He's only on the bench, and he's only a 65 base, so I'm not going to use him in the lineup. Just thought I'd show him off to you guys because he's not a very well sought or well known card. He used to be in the game, and you could see him everywhere, but now you don't see him that often. So I just decided, why not show him off? And then JP Crawford here, I've been working on his skill set. We'll be using a blue ticket on him today. I only have one of them, but I'm trying to get rid of Master Base Thief because his base speed isn't high at all. He has a good high-level skill set. It's just I need that last skill, and I hope it can be 5-tool or barrel it up or, you know, something like Spotlight. Slugger Instinct would be decent too, actually, with his high hitting stats, even though he doesn't have the highest base power. But hoping to get that third skill today. If it's not a gold, oh well, we'll have to work on it later. And then I put Penn Murphy back inside into the lineup in place of Julio Mateo. And he doesn't have a great skill set, but I just needed that Diamond S set deck. But other than having JP Crawford and Jean Segura and Penn Murphy, haven't changed much in this lineup. We do have Nelson Cruz, all black diamond now, finally fully special trained. Got that prime black diamond upgrade ticket from the events, and he's looking really cool. Pioneer Spotlight, not the highest level legend skill set, but I'm working on it. It'll do okay for now, and in the future I'll eventually get him a higher level legend skill set. Looking at our inventory though, we have 3 SIG player packs. We have 1 more SIG player pack from the pack shop for 3,000 stars, and yeah, we're just gonna hop straight into this right here. Let's see if we can get another team SIG. Can we ever get Ken Griffey Jr.'s legend on this team? I don't know. J-Fish earlier today, as I'm recording this, it's on Monday, and he almost got Ken Griffey on his new team that he made for the MLB 9 Innings channel, and I hope I can have the same luck in today's video. Ken Griffey legend, a team legend on any of my teams would be stupendous. I would jump for joy for days if I ever got a team legend, which hasn't happened to me, surprisingly, and with the luck that I've had in the past year or so, I'm surprised it hasn't happened. But you know, you can't ask for everything, and only certain things happen at certain times, and getting a legend is harder than you think, guys. You can find a lot of videos nowadays on YouTube where people pull legends, but that kind of threw me off. I thought that was an orange glow. It's a purple glow. It's a prime. But like I was saying, you could hardly get legends back in the day, and still today it's much harder to find a legend than ever before. The rates have not increased, just the amount of packs that we've gotten, so you guys have probably seen more and more legends as time has gone on. But when I started playing back in 2018, 19, 20, 21, legends were super hard to come by. Let's do premium pitcher and premium batter packs here. We have a good inventory space too. We get a diamond here, first diamond of the video. Let's see who it is. On this team, obviously Ken Griffey Jr. would be the dream pull, but I did get the Mike Cameron Prime from the Prime Player Select event that we had before the season started. I think I might have mentioned that in my last video, but I'm waiting to get the Team Select Diamond Pack from the Pathway event that we have currently going on, and then based on who I pull from that, I may end up grade increasing Mike Cameron in a future Mariners video, probably going to be the next Mariners video that I make, but we'll see what happens and who I get from that Team Selective Diamond Prime Player Pack. I actually have another one, I think, on this team that I haven't opened yet, so we're probably going to do that together in the next Mariners video, so looking forward to that. Team Selective Prime or Team Selective Player Packs. Wish this was Team Selective Primes. Nothing really special here. Justin Turner, 24, turned down from going back to the Mariners because they didn't do anything in the offseason. But the Mariners, I don't think they're having the worst start to their season. They're kind of mediocre, I'm pretty sure. But speaking of the real MLB scene, my Red Sox just, I can't believe what they're doing. Can we get a legend out of this? No legend? All right. They just lost 16-1, the Red Sox did, to the Rays, as we get a Tino Martinez here, which is actually decent. Mariners have too many first basemen, but I would take that as a SIG. But yeah, the Red Sox got blown out today, and more or less, I'm losing hope for this season. Might as well just throw in the towel, I think, and next season, there's always next season, but I mean, you know, there's still plenty of time left in the season. We're only like less than 20 games in. Anything can happen, and I just hope the Red Sox don't continue their miserable mediocrity right now. Ultimate Vintage Player Pack here, not a legend. Is it a Mariner? We get another Mariner. So this is back-to-back videos where we've gotten a team card from the Ultimate Vintage, which is pretty sweet. I do have Hansen as a signature already, though, so not too beneficial, but always cool to see a team card out of an Ultimate Vintage player pack. Just wish that were Ken Griffey, you know, would have been nicer. Team Select Ultimate here. We get a JJ Puts 07. I have his Prime maxed out as my closer, so unless we get his Sig, that wouldn't be very helpful. Besides upgrade material, Diamond Player Selective packs here. Let's see if we can get a special card. Haven't seen too many primes or too many special cards in general. There's a Kyle Seager. I don't think I've actually ever gotten Kyle Seager on this Mariners team, and that might be his best year. So I'll snag that. Thank you very much, Come To Us. I'll take Kyle Seager. And I don't know if there's any other Seattle Mariner basic cards or normal cards that I would really be able to use on this team, unless it were a relief pitcher. This set here, nothing as far as Mariners, but that's a pretty good power-hitting Jake Berger. I think I'm going to take him just because he could probably be used for this mentor, or mentor levels. Let's go until we have 15 Diamond Player Selective packs. Let's see at least one Prime. Another Mariner. There's a Sean Haggerty, but he's not great. Let's refresh this. Can we get a Legend? I hope my game didn't freeze. I'll be right back. Oh, never mind. It juked me. Right as I spoke, it unfroze. Okay, whatever. We'll take the Kevin Gossman right there. Had me scared for a second there. I hate when that happens when I have to restart the game. All right, Diamond Player Selective number 3, 4. Forget how many we've opened already. It's a good Kluber right there. No Mariners yet again, though. Come on, let's see a special card. A couple of Orioles. Good Freddie Freeman from 22. We'll take the Freeman. People forget how good Drew Smyly has been for other teams like the Tigers and the Rays. He was a solid 4 or 5 starter for many teams, including the Cubs. Nothing here. Refreshing again. There's a Prime. Scott Barlow 2022 for the Royals. Not the one I was expecting to get, but we'll take it. And at least we saw one Prime, so pretty happy right there. Last one. Anything special? There's a Polanco from last year. He would not make my my batting order, though. Only a 65 base, so we'll move on to the next refresh. And nobody here. Spear, however you say that name. I actually don't know how to pronounce that. Let me know in the comment section if you guys know how to pronounce this guy's name. But not bad, ending off with a team card right there. All right, 5 Team Select Diamond Player Packs here. Let's see if we can make the magic happen. Can we get an Orange Glow? No Orange Glow. All right, just normal diamonds and no Purple Glow either. Let's see who we get. Andres Munoz from last year, not a bad relief pitcher actually. Will definitely maybe use him in my bullpen. We'll see. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. But we are now down to SIG player packs, and as you guys see, I have that Team Selective Diamond Prime player pack. We'll use that once we get that other Team Selective Diamond Prime player pack, and we'll open both of them up together. Let's do the 3000 star signature player pack. Not sure why it's not on the far left, even with the sales going on. I don't know why, but let's do the solo SIG player pack here. Not a diamond. Can it be a Mariner? I did pull a team card on my Blue Jays team. Can we get one on the Mariners? I don't even know who I'd need, but if it'd be any Mariner, I'd be happy. Let's see who this is. It is a White Sox Craig Kimbrell, 2021. Kimbrell, glad I have him on my Red Sox team. I do have a White Sox team that I made with Ace's Shadow and King Gabagool, but I have his Prime already, so that's not the worst thing in the world. Would like to see that on my White Sox team, though, but no team card there. We'll do SIG combos if we don't get a Team SIG out of these. No diamond. All right, how many golds? 1 gold, 2 silvers. So like the last video, gold in the middle, 2 silvers on the side. Let's do right, left, center. First on the right, we see a Travis d'Arnaud 2017. Felt like I've seen a lot of him lately, or at least a couple of him. I felt like I've seen him recently, but decent Mets catcher, not the greatest. Low eye, lower on the fielding. Next card on the left of the gold, we get a Diamondbacks Zach Gallen. That would be sweet. Actually, on my Diamondbacks team, that's his second best year. 73 base overall card. I believe his best year is 22 or 21. Pretty sure it's 22, whatever his prime year is. And then finally, the gold in the middle, we get another d'Arnaud. So double d'Arnaud and Zach Gallen, which is something I don't think I've ever done before. d'Arnaud back to back here. This one's a better d'Arnaud for the Braves. It's only SIG year with the Braves too, I'm pretty sure. 5 years apart, pretty cool. But let's do SIG combos now. All right, we have 5 signatures, so that means we can do 2 combos. I'm going to do all the silvers first, the Kimbrel, the Gallon, and the d'Arnaud. Let's see if we can get a Mariner out of any of these combos. First one, 3, 2, 1, we get a Colorado Rocky, Jason Jennings from 06. I don't think I've ever gotten this one before. 69 base overall card, low on the velocity. Rockies don't have great pitching. This is actually one of the better ones, so if you're a Rockies team, you probably want him. Sorry if you're a Rockies team, don't mean to troll you. But final sig combo of the day, and then we'll do our blue ticket on our JP Crawford. Last chance here. Can we see a Mariner? 3, 2, 1. We get a Padres, Bruce Hurst. Haven't gotten his Padres one, I'm pretty sure. Sorry to you Padres teams out here that need him. 73 base, that is better than his Red Sox sig. Wish he got this good base overall for the Red Sox card that he does have, but unfortunately no Mariner. But we have one more opportunity to get something good in today's video. Let's see what we can get out of our blue ticket here. I have 22 greens, but I don't want to use greens on Crawford since he has charisma, and let's see if we can get anything out of this. 3, 2, 1. It is not a gold, it is bronze. All right, so no luck from any of those, unfortunately. That's gonna pretty much do it for today's video, though. I don't have anything else. We didn't get a team sig. I just increased my S deck or S team set deck for the diamonds that I have, and hopefully this team will improve better in ranked. I finished on my Astros team in gold 3 for the first time too, so that was pretty sweet. But hopefully next time on the Mariners team we can have better fortune. But with that being said, that's going to be it for me today. Have a great rest of your guys' day. If you did enjoy this video, please leave a like down below, hit share, and subscribe. Feel free to check out the other MLB 9 Innings YouTubers in my description box. They make great videos. I know you guys would enjoy their content, and they would really appreciate your guys' support. Feel free to also follow me on Instagram, Reddit, and Discord. Links in the description box as well. With all that said and done, though, that's going to be it for me today. Have a great rest of your guys' day. God bless you all. Jesus loves you guys. He died for you all, and I will see you guys in the next video.